Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming tonight, and welcome to the 2020 Athletic Banquet and our first ever virtual DVFriends Athletic Banquet. So tonight we may not be together in person, but we are certainly close remotely. And it doesn't mean that we are any less proud of all of our athletes' accomplishments this year. So thanks for joining us tonight. Before I turn things over to our athletic director, Jalal Ramrich, I wanted to just say a special acknowledgement to all the coaches and the athletes for this year. It was a great year, lots of great seasons, but I also want to send just a special shout out to all of the athletes and coaches who had intended on playing spring sports. It really was one of the great disappointments of the stay-at-home order that we were not able to have spring sports, but we know that there were a lot of people who were very and willing and ready to go, and we really look forward to seeing you compete next year in ultimate and golf and tennis and lacrosse. So again, thanks everybody, and I want to turn it over to Jalal.
Thank you, Kirk. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Jalal Ramrich, Director of Athletics, and I will be the MC for this wonderful evening. Just like Kirk said, welcome to the 23rd annual, first ever, and hopefully only virtual sports banquet. It is my hope that during these difficult times, I also, feel closer to DVFS than I ever have. It is my hope that as a community of resilient dragons, we continue to come together, check, and support one another during these crazy times. I anxiously wait returning to school grounds and competition as much as you do. To the spring season teams, and especially our seniors, we're sorry that you weren't able to finish things off the way you wanted to. But just know that what you've done and the memories you've made last more just than these couple of months. It'll last a lifetime. You are in our hearts and will always be aware of DV spirits. On behalf of my sidekick, John Maglio, and myself, I would like to say thank you to all of our student athletes, DV teachers and staff, parents, our beloved coaches, and of course, our head of school, Kirk's mother, for their commitment and full support to our athletic department. Before we start with the awards, please know that we will soon notify you by email when you can come pick up your student participation certificates and awards. We will begin now with team awards. For each team, I will read out the team roster. Then our head coaches will speak about their respective teams. We will start with girls tennis team. The roster consisted of Maya Taylor, Priya Wills, Kayla Shank, Julia Campbell, Annie Logan, Francisca Lopez, Megan Bradley, Sofia Juarez, Molly Brook, Abby Brooks, Caroline Newhouse, Mary Grace Puthen, Sarah Awida, coached by Jim Allo, Tom Lees, and Lisa Howell.
Greetings from Florida to the Delaware Valley Friends School community, and especially to the women's varsity tennis team. I am quite delighted to have been asked to work with the team last fall as their coach, and could not be any more proud of each player for the work that they did in practice and in matches. We finished with a record of 6 wins and 4 losses, and everyone contributed. One memory was the contribution made by our seniors Maya Taylor and Priyanka Wells in their match at first doubles against Kimberton. The match was tied at 2-2, and we needed their win to win the match. Well, they did win, and it was a thriller and a tiebreaker. I am proud to announce the following awards. Most Valuable Player. Without any doubt, that recognition goes to Kayla Shank. Kayla was outstanding with a record of 7-3, was the team captain, and led all warm-ups and always played against the toughest opponents and did us proud. She set the example of what a player needs to do to be the best. The Coaches Award. There is always someone on a team whose contribution is always at the top of the list of players. Julia Campbell was our number 2 player, was a great teammate, was always rooting for her teammates at every match, and she just cared about the team in every way. She worked hard and improved so much over the course of the season. She was such a pleasure to coach. Finally, the Most Improved Player Award. It was most difficult to name just one single player for this award, as so many members of the team made progress with their game over the course of the season. However, the coaches agreed that Caroline Newhouse, an 8th grader who was placed on the first doubles team at the beginning of the season, stayed in that position for the entire year and made improvements week to week. She deserved credit for her hard work, focus, and willingness to take instruction. On behalf of all the players on the team, I want to thank Tom Lees and Lisa Howell, who were there to help us in so many ways. They certainly made my job as coach so much easier. Finally, have a great summer, and thank you for the honor of being your coach.
Thank you, Coach. Cross-country team: David Lee, Brandon McGrory, Ethan Goods, Jay Griffith, Brady Morgan, Joshua Surratt, Asher Kestenbaum, Emma Main, Sophie Lysak, Jack Siegel, Mac Chapin, Emma Landlow, Keegan McDonald, Alexa Cedar, Nick Fabricator, Isaac Hart, coached by Justin Wheeler and Khalil Munir.
Hello everyone from the Wheeler household. My name is Justin Wheeler and I'm DV's Chief Financial Officer and cross-country coach. I hope you're all safe and healthy and holding up under the stress of being at home all the time with your parents. If it weren't for the climbing wall behind me, which we built last month, my boys would have lost their minds with me and my wife. We had another great cross-country season this past fall, the highlight of which was the league championships at Ames Course in Norristown, where Brady Morgan and Sophia Lysak were DV's top boy and girl finishers. As just a sophomore, Brady finished 11th of 54 boys, and Sophie, as a freshman, finished 6th of 17 girls. The whole team made enormous progress this season, getting faster and smarter with each race. I'm especially proud of the team spirit that all the runners demonstrated both in practice and at meets. On to the individual awards. The Coach's Award this year goes to our only senior and one of the most consistent team members this season, an athlete who I don't remember missing a single practice or meet, and who was always quick to lend a hand in filling the water bottles or grabbing the med kit. This year's Coach's Award goes to David Lee. David, we'll miss you next year. I didn't have to think very hard about who to designate as the most improved DV runner this year. Alexis Suter joined the cross-country team with very little running experience, but a positive attitude and desire to improve. Over the course of the season, she dropped more than 10 minutes off her 5K race time, basically the equivalent of running an additional mile. Congrats, Alexis, and keep up the good work. There's an idea in endurance sports that the fastest way to run a race is to even split or negative split it, meaning that you either run each mile at the same pace or start slow and speed up as you race. The recipient of our most valuable runner this year takes a different approach. He likes to race by going out as hard as he possibly can to keep up with the fastest runners in the field and then hold on for dear life. Somehow he makes it work. This year's most valuable runner is Brady Morgan. Thanks everyone, and take care. We'll see you in the fall.
Thank you. Girls Varsity Soccer: Liv Allard, Katie Letty, Megan McFellin, Marissa Vasquez, Maria Weber, Zoe Klingman, Joelle Hasek, Asha Campbell, Morgan McBride, Ali Edwards, Adriana De Placido, Savannah Burrell, Ella Newhouse, Cami Yard, Maggie Curry, Lauren Davis, and coached by Stephen Gallo and Duncan Smith.
Hello everyone, I'm Steve Gallo and I'm the varsity girls head soccer coach. This was my second year with the girls soccer team and my first as head coach. Coach Duncan and myself relied on our older players to lead our young team. We had one goal this year, and that was to make the playoffs for the first time in 4 years. We were able to accomplish that goal by playing great team soccer. We played tough defense, had outstanding goalie play, and fought hard every game. Most importantly, the girls had a lot of fun this year. This was a special group of athletes, and Coach Duncan and myself are very excited for the future of the girls soccer program. I would like to honor a few individuals who really excelled this season in bringing our team to the playoffs. Duncan and myself would like to honor two individuals who were like coaches on the field for us this year. Katie and Liv were our only seniors on a young team. They not only helped lead the girls in practice, but they were field generals on the pitch. They would give the girls motivational speeches throughout the week, and on game days they would lead by example with their fierce play on the field. We would like to give our Coaches Award this year to Katie Letty and Liv D. Allard. Thank you for everything you have done for this team, and good luck in your post-DV life. You will both excel in whatever you choose to do. Our Most Improved Award goes to a player who not only changed positions a few weeks into the season, but became a staple of our defense. Jo was our starting goalie last year, and she did an excellent job. This year, we were blessed with the luxury of having two goalies who split time and both played at a high level. We decided to implement a new defensive position after a few weeks into the season, and Jo tried sweeper role at practice one day, and it was evident that this was her natural position. She became the back line of our defense, and because of her goalie background, she became a tandem with our keeper, Allie. Jo at sweeper was like having two goalies on the field at times for us. This is why Coach Duncan and myself would like to award Joelle Hackett with our Most Improved Award. We had many leaders and valuable players on the field for us this year, but one player in particular was the backbone of our team. She was a fierce defender, a cheetah in transition, a facilitator on offense. I finally had to change her position because no matter how bad I tried to keep her at defense, she would lead the charge up the field with the ball. Zoe would probably run about 20 miles over the course of a game all over the field, trying to do everything she could to help the team win. It's hard to match her tenacity, leadership, and poise out there on the field. Duncan and myself would like to name Zoe Klingman our MVP of the 2019 girls soccer season. Girls, thank you for a great season, and I can't wait to get back out there with you this fall.
Great season indeed. Boys JV Soccer: Charlie Flick, Zach Birchler, Jamie Burton, Ethan Gallo, Brody Tucker, Connor Abell, Kevin Keener, Pedro Guerres, Kyle Thomas, Avery Merritt, Luke Budavas, Devin Submergin, Patrick Kelly, Solomon Page. Coached by Bob Wakrush and Carl Thomas.
Hi everyone, my name is Bubkar Wakarush. I'm the coach of the boys JV soccer team. It is a group of boys that made me come into practice and coaching games the highlights of my day. While it took all of us sometimes to click together, we finally found our stride in the second half of the season with a new formation, player in a new position, and changed our player. The team found a new energy and a new level of play that was incredible fun to watch and yielded fantastic result. To all my team, thank you for your commitment, hard work, time, energy, and effort. Thank you for offering wisdom, care, and guidance both on and off the field. I appreciate your spirit and the great enthusiasm and support of the DV Soccer program. Now, let's move to the award. Coach Award. Without fail, this player comes to practice each and every day ready to practice and play. His ability to lead by example is what makes him stand out to the rest of the player on the team. And the award goes to Patrick Kelly, Most Improved Player. This athlete has worked tirelessly on his game and reaches a high level of competition, quickly becoming one of our key players for our team. And the award goes to Charlie Flick, MVP. If this student player has not been part of the defensive line as a sweeper or goalkeeper, the outcome of many games would have been very different for us. He was a big impact player for our team. And the award goes to Brody Tucker. Thank you. God bless you and stay safe.
Boys Varsity Soccer: John Benefinel, Drew Michael, Nick Woloff, Zach Birchler, Jamie Burton, Evan Mitro, Michael Solecki, Marco Van Stanwyck, Alex Zoko, Tommy Kaplan, John Perez, Luke Kedra, Ben Zakor, Ali Whitley, Connor Curry, Paul Hoffman, Ryan Shank, Kyle Brubaker, coached by Yazin Mawasher and myself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yazin Mawasher, for those who don't know me. I'm a Delaware Valley Friends School alum, currently on the Board of Trustees, and I had the pleasure and great opportunity to coach alongside Jalal, a co-coach for the boys varsity soccer team this year. It was a great opportunity, and I really appreciate it, especially since I used to play for Jalal back in the day. First, I will mention that I am currently in Jordan and hope that everyone's keeping safe during these times and healthy. We want to show a big respect and thanks to this great group of guys for their time, persistence, and the effort they put into the program. The team worked so hard to improve themselves and were able to achieve a lot of personal goals. The leadership of our 4 seniors rubbed off on the entire team this season, and the players showed commitment, participation, dedication, and above all, sportsmanship. We finished the season with a record of 11 wins and 3 losses, and we were able to claim the league division for the 3rd year in a row. Now, the first award is the Coach's Award. This new student to DV is only a 7th grader. He demonstrated throughout the season the true spirit of a DV athlete. With hard work and the want to keep improving through learning and developing his talents. He lifted the team's spirit. And this award goes to Ollie Whitley. The most improved player. Throughout this season, this player had gradually increased his impact on the team in a positive way. He improved the team play with his overall skill level, toughness, and his vision of the game as a terrific midfielder. And the award goes to Tommy Kaplan. Now, the last award is the Most Valuable Player Award. It was a really tough decision, and we were thinking about this award for 2 months after the season. So we finally decided to pick 2 recipients. The first recipient was an all-star, took over the position of the team sweeper. His spirit and great enthusiasm helped support his teammates and was a joy to witness. Thank you for the Shorehouses. And to everyone's surprise, by the end of the season, he scored in 5 consecutive games as a defender, which is unheard of. And this award goes to Michael Selecki. The next MVP, the co-MVP, is a student that's been on the team for the past 4 years. Saw him grow this year from a timid player to the star he is. His stats say it all. Known as the clutch player, led the team in scoring for the last 3 years, 3-time All-Star, 3-time All-League All-Star, named to the 2019-2020 All-Southeastern Pennsylvania team. His courage, pride, discipline during matches is phenomenal, as well as his concentration and organization of the offensive line. He led the team and showed everyone how to play with intensity, focus, spirit, and most of all, his love of DVFS pride. And the award goes to Nick Woloff. Thank you so much for the team and their efforts and allowing me to be part of this journey.
It was a joy having Yaz as my co-coach this year.
Hello.
We're going to be moving on to basketball. Girls Junior Varsity. B team. Morgan McBride, Fiona Kinef, Sophie Lysak, Adriana De Placido, Cami Yard, Sarah Dupre, Caroline Newhouse, Kara Brady, Sarah Ouida, Thea Karras, Mary Grace Putten, Lauren Davis, Keegan Mansour, Saidi Mansour, coached by Khalil Munir and myself.
Hello, my name is Khalil Munir, and I had the pleasure of coaching the Junior Varsity Girls B team. They did an outstanding job this year. I was so proud of these young ladies, showing heart and determination all season long. Now time for the awards. My Coach's Award goes to Kara Brady. My MVP Award goes to Cameron Yard. The most improved player, Sophie again, it was a pleasure coaching these young ladies. I'm so proud of everyone who participated in this year's team sports. Congratulations to all the ladies. Go DV, go.
Indeed, Khalil, go DV, go. This is a combination of two teams. It's girls varsity basketball and girls junior varsity A team. The girls varsity basketball consisted of Liv Dieller, Char Zucardi, Megan McFillan, Maria Weber, Malia Henry, Joelle Hasek, JC Scott, Rosina Ricardo, Ella Hadley, Ella Villardo, Ella Newhouse. The girls JV varsity A team, Julia Campbell, Francisca Lopez, JC Thomas, and Abby Brooks, coached by Tom Lee and Rachel Kenyon.
This year, we're fortunate enough to have so many girls interested in basketball that DV had 3 girls basketball teams. You'll see a separate video about JVB. I'd like to thank the 4 JVBAers who played JVA players who played exclusively on the JVA team, and that would be Julia Campbell, JC, Abby, and Francesca. This year, our girls varsity basketball team had a good season and a winning season. I want to mention 3 season highlights. Number 1 was our early season victory against Kimberton, in which we beat Kimberton at their home court, which was quite a pleasure since they really had beaten us quite soundly the year before. The second one was our playoff game against Renaissance, in which our girls played an outstanding game against the full stands. Many of you got to see the game, and you see how well that we played. The most exciting 6 seconds of the season occurred against Mercy when we were down by 1 point. We put on the full court press. Ella Hadley stole the inbound pass, threw it to Megan McFillan. Megan launched a 3-point shot. The buzzer went off while the ball was in the air, and the shot went right through the basket, and we won the game. I'd like to thank the following individuals: Evan Mitro, Ethan Good, Drew, Carl Thomas for helping us with the scorekeeping. I'd like to thank Jalal and John for their ongoing support. I'd like to thank Rachel for continuing to be the best assistant coach in the world. She did it this year under very difficult circumstances as she recovered from an injury. Finally, the individual award winners. This was very difficult for Rachel and me because we had so many players. We at one point thought all of them could fit in one of these categories for an award. We finally decided on the following players. The Coach's Award to a very talented player who's always positive at practice and in games, Ella Hadley. Our most improved player is our middle school star of the future. She improved all year, and finally in the first half of the playoff game when we were in foul trouble, she went in and we didn't miss a beat. She played outstanding. It was just great to see her do that. The most improved player, Ella Newhouse. And finally, our co-most valuable players, you know who they are. Our 2 stars, Rosina Ricardo and Megan McFillan. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Tom. Boys middle school basketball, Malachi Wells, Evan Stuckmall, Kyle Thomas, Cooper Wood, Eric Byrne, Alec George, Devin Submergin, Kyle Brubaker, Andrew Piano, Babakar Diop, Ali Whitley, Patrick Kelly, David Conley, Henry Villardo, coached by Carol Shilton.
Hi, I'm Carol Chilton. I was the coach of the 2019-2020 middle school boys basketball team. We had an awesome season this year. We ended our season with a respectable 6-5 record, and it was the exact same record as last year, so we are consistent. We started out our season with a win, and we ended our season with 3 wins in a row. Some notable facts about us are that every player started at least 1 game. They all saw valuable playing minutes and each contributed to our improved team play. We stuck together, we ran our plays, we had lots of laughs, and we celebrated the season with a pizza party. Each and every player should be commended for his hard work, his commitment to the team, and his growth from the start of the season to the end. I was proud of them in every game, whether it was a win or a loss. And I wish I could give every player an award, but Jalal limits us to one for each award. So here we go. The Coach's Award. This player was hardworking, dedicated, did his best every time his feet hit the floor, made the most of his minutes on the court, and was committed to the team. Evan Stockmall. Most Improved Player. This player continually asked how to improve. He took those suggestions to heart, and he practiced and practiced and practiced, working on skills that would lift his overall play. He gave great effort every single time out, and he was the consummate team player. Eric Bird. And the MVP. This should come as no surprise to most who watched any of our games. This player led the team by example. He never took a day off. He worked hard on the court. He made those around him better, and in fact set a goal for himself in the beginning of the season to help lift the play of others on his team. He was all about the team. In addition to all of that, he finished the season with 134 points and a 12.1 points per game average. He's a repeat winner. Alec George. Way to go, guys. You had a great season. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Carol. Boys JV basketball. Charlie Flick, Tim Ford, Zach Birchler, Marco Van Stanwyck, Brady Morgan, Kevin Keener, Caleb Huey, Ryan Shank, Sam Alvey, Jet Streenan, Asher Kestenbaum, coached by Stephen Gallo and Duncan Smith.
Hello again, I'm Coach Steve, and I'm the boys JV basketball head coach. I've been coaching basketball for almost 13 years now, and I can say that this was hands down the most fun I've ever had coaching the game of basketball. This team was not only fun to be around and coach, but they listened and played their hearts out and had a very successful season. After only 3 practices, we had a tournament at the Phelps School. I didn't know what to make of the team this year because even though we had a lot of success last year, we were only returning a handful of players, and the majority of our roster was made up of incoming freshmen. Instantly, I knew we had a great team though. We went into the first game of that tournament against host school Phelps and beat them 23-6. Later in the tournament, we shut a team out and didn't even let them score in a game, proving that we were going to be one of the most tenacious defenses in the league. We went on to win the tournament with a 4-1 record and won the championship game by 2 points, playing some of the best defense I've seen in all my years of coaching basketball. We carried this momentum throughout the season and finished with the most wins for a JV team in school history. We had a regular season record of 10-2, giving us a 14-3 overall record and JV preseason championship. We couldn't have had the success we had without every individual on the roster. Each player showed up and had key moments throughout the season. This was one of the most successful basketball teams I had the pleasure of coaching. One player in particular has been a coach on the court for this team the last 2 years. He's a true-born leader. Without Zach Birchler, we would not have had the success that we've had the last 2 seasons. Under Zach's leadership, the JV basketball team has won over 20 games and lost only 3 in the last 2 years. Coach Duncan and myself would like to award Zach Birchler with the Coach's Award this year. We had a lot of players who improved tremendously throughout the course of the season, but one player's growth from last year throughout this season was exponential in our success. Marco became a player that was a force to be reckoned with on both ends of the court. He not only became one of the fiercest defenders in the league, but his ball handling and ability to drive to the net became a huge part of our offense. We'd like to give the award for Most Improved this year to Marco Van Stenwyck. Each player on our team played an important role in our success this year, but one player became the heart and soul of our team. He was someone we would rely on to bring us back with his clutch shooting, someone we relied on to lead the troops on defense and cause a turnover. He was our leading scorer, our leading stealer, and was one of the most interesting pregame motivational speakers. Our team MVP was Brady Morgan.
Thank you. Boys varsity basketball. John Bonifannel, Nikaya Frierson, Zion Youngblood, Ben Brown, Michael Solecki, Josh Eddy, Tristan White, Maurice Deloche, Sal Sanogo, Lou Kedra, Drew Michael, Evan Mitro, Ethan Good, coached by my mentor and my dear friend, John Maglio and Josh Seeger.
Good evening. My name is John Maglio and I'm the varsity basketball coach at Delaware Valley Friends. I hope this evening finds everyone in good health. The boys varsity basketball team had a rebounding year, and after losing many players to graduation, it was still a very successful in spite of the many injuries. If I could sum up our season in 2 words, it would be sportsmanship and camaraderie. Everyone gave 100% of themselves at practice and games. This coming season should be one of DVF's best teams in recent years. This year was my privilege to have coached such a great group of young men. So the Coach's Award goes to a player who never missed a game or practice and was our silent leader. And that person is Nakai Frierson. The most improved, he started as a JV player and was quickly moved up to the varsity. He became a good rebounder and a great scorer. That person was Luke Kedra. And our most valuable player was a silent leader who played any position and was our go-to guy when we needed to score. That person is Mike Selecki. And again, thank you parents for your support and have a safe and healthy rest of the year.
Thank you, dear John. The next award is the Athletic Achievement Award. It will be presented by our upper school director, Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jalal, and good evening, everybody. The Athletic Achievement Award is awarded to non-seniors who have participated in sports or dance outside of school throughout the present school year at a level of commitment commensurate with varsity sports at DVFriends. Lucas Bernka, fencing. Jay Griffiths, swimming. Olivia Brown, equestrian. Megan McFillin, volleyball. Arden Tuft, ballet. Maddie Dews, all-star cheerleading. Eric Bird, water polo. Maurice Deloche, boxing. Ella Hadley, softball. Theo Penders, martial arts. Brandon McGrory, martial arts. Luke Kedra, basketball and soccer. Evan Stockmall, basketball. Rosina Ricardo, basketball and field hockey. Kayla Schenk, tennis. Vijay Patel, tennis. Ayush Dugar, tennis. Emma Lasorsa, gymnastics. Adriana Di Placido, dance. Zoe Klingman, dance. Kyle Thomas, mountain biking. Cooper Wood, mountain biking. Izzy Weinberg, mountain biking. Caleb Huey, mountain biking. Cami Yard, soccer. Ollie Whitley, soccer. John Perez, soccer. Ella Newhouse, soccer. Luke Budavas, soccer. Marissa Vasquez, soccer.
Thank you, Jim. Now, we would like to say thanks and recognize the following students for their time, effort, and help managing our sports team. We will start with Ryan Shank and Kyle Brubaker for soccer. Basketball, Drew Michael and Evan Mitro. And our main man, and this guy I'm really afraid he's gonna take my job one of these days, Ethan Good. Thank you, guys. We now have 4 senior special athletic awards for individual achievements that spread over a student's high school career at DVFS. These awards recognize and honor the special accomplishments of these students. The first award is the Scholar Athlete Award. It will be presented by our Associate Head of School and the Academic Dean, David Calamara.
Thank you, Jalal. Good evening, friends. It is my honor to present the Scholar Athlete Award, which is awarded to seniors who earn varsity letter recognition while simultaneously on the athletic honor roll for at least 4 seasons during high school. And the awardees are John Bonner Fennell, Liv Diallard, Danny Gallagher, David Lee, Maya Taylor, Drew Michael, congratulations, friends.
Thank you, David. The second award is the Gray Goodman Award. It will be presented by the first DV Athletic Director and the head of the History and Social Studies, Gray Goodman.
Thank you, Jalal. This award goes to the senior scholar athlete who best exemplifies the love of athletic competition, academic excellence, and community leadership during high school. Imagine the effort, dedication, and discipline that it takes to commit to varsity sports after school, go home, and then complete your homework to such a skill level that you are on the honor roll while you're also playing varsity sports. That is what it means to be a scholar athlete. But imagine if you add that commitment to a third level and to be a community leader, organize and lead clubs, committees, meetings, support one another on the field, in the classroom, and in the hallway. I am very pleased and honored to announce this year's 2 scholar athletes who earned the Gray Goodman Award, John Bonner Fennell and Liv Diallard. Congratulations, John. Congratulations, Liv.
Thank you, Gray. Thank you, appreciate it. The third award is the Athletic Department Award. It is awarded to the senior who best exemplified the love of athletic competition. The student has to have participated in school-sponsored athletics for at least 8 seasons during high school. And the first one goes to Zion Youngblood with 8 seasons. Drew Michael, 9 seasons. Charlie Flick, 11 seasons. Zach Birchler, 11 seasons. John Bonner-Fennell, 12 seasons. Lev Diallard, 12 seasons. Thank you, guys. I know it takes a lot of time and effort from all of you guys to be, doing schoolwork and also playing sports. And most of you guys were playing 2, 3 sports this season. Again, thank you. One more reminder is, please know that we will notify you soon about when you can pick up your student participation certificates and awards. The last award is the Catherine Shantz Award. It will be presented by our head of school, Kirk Smothers.
Thanks, Jalal. The Catherine Shantz Award is named in honor of Catherine Shantz, former head of school at Delaware Valley Friends, who felt really strongly that students who showed the same level of commitment to outside sports should be recognized as well. It's particularly noteworthy this year that Catherine is retiring after a very long and distinguished career in education for kids who learn differently. And so a special appreciation to Catherine tonight. So the Catherine Shantz Award is awarded to seniors who have participated in sports or dance outside of school throughout their years at DV at a level commensurate with varsity sports at DVFriends. And we have 3 recipients tonight. The first is Mark Linker. Mark has been boxing at the Washington Boxing Academy in Ardmore for the past 2 years. He began boxing following the footsteps of his mother, Beth. His coach asserts that Mark has spent many hours in the gym working hard, improving both his mind and his body. Learning to fight takes more than just strength. One must be dedicated to the task of learning the correct footwork that comes with the sport as well. And his coach calls Mark a warrior, both in and out of the ring. Mark is humble, strong, bright, and ferocious. The second recipient is Elise Stockmall. Elise started playing softball in the Exton Little League at the age of 8. For the past 5 years, Elise has played softball in the Wildfire League of Westchester. She truly loves the game through and through, win or lose. She is versatile. She plays second base, shortstop, and if needed, the outfield. Many of Elise's peers went on to play travel softball, but Elise decided long ago to properly focus on school. She needed to play in a setting that didn't require so many hours of travel on each weekend. As such, she is the oldest player in the league and has become a leader to the younger girls. Being the oldest doesn't bother Elise. She simply loves playing and improving. Elise is planning to join an adult recreational league in college in order to continue improving her skills and enjoying the game. And the final recipient is Nick Woolhouse. Nick has been playing striker for the 1776 United FC travel soccer team for the last 10 years. And he's played intramural soccer for 2 years prior to that. His team participates in year-round soccer that travels throughout the tri-state region, including in many tournaments. In 2018, the 1776 were semifinalists in the Pennsylvania State Cup, and they also participate in the Athletic Premier Soccer League. Nick volunteers as a coach for a local youth club at an intramural level as well. He has committed to play soccer at Penn State Brandywine in the fall. So that brings to an end all of our awards. And I want to say congratulations again to all of the players. Whether you won a specific award or not, you dedicated so many hours, you committed all of yourself to the games and to athletics that really enrich the lives of everyone at our school. So thank you to the players. Also, thank you to the coaches who, on top of full-time jobs in many cases, you added more hours, more time, more preparation, more van rides, and it really means a lot. Thank you. Thank you to the rest of the faculty and to the families who support athletics at DV, either coming out to games or driving kids or picking kids up or making sure they have the right equipment. None of DV athletics could happen without the support of both the faculty and family. For tonight, I want to say a special thank you to Anne-Marie McMahon and Cynthia Staniszewski, who have put the slide together and made sure everything went really smoothly. Thank you for herding all of us cats on the panel. Next, I want to say a special thank you to Jalal. Jalal, as we all know, is a mentor to so many, and he fosters a sense of teamwork, good sportsmanship, inclusivity, and he nurtures so many to either become athletes for the very first time or to become better athletes on and off the field or the court. Thank you, Jalal. You're truly an inspiration and a great colleague. Tonight, we have one final special thank you. It's a sad thank you that I give to John Maglio, who is retiring this year after 20 years of being at Delaware Valley Friends School. This is John's second time retiring from DV, and I think he actually means it this time. John has been an inspiration to so many players, and I know he's been an incredible mentor to Jalal and to many other coaches as well. John played basketball at NC State in college, and he played semi-pro. He's in the Haverford High School Hall of Fame. He is a mentor and a great friend, and we will miss him tremendously. Thanks again, everybody, for dialing in tonight. It was really wonderful as the event went on for me to scroll through all the participants and see the names of players, of friends of players, of parents, of faculty. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're really looking forward to having everybody back in the fall. Congratulations, thank you, and good night.